Here's how we told you it would play out. We told you that this would be the reason why this is happening. The administration is running guns in aid to our enemies, Al-Qaeda and the Muslim Brotherhood and other Islamic groups to foment revolutions. Ambassador Stevens was the point man for the exchange of the guns, and they had forewarning, and it came under attack by terrorists, and the government knew. They watched it happen in real time. They stopped the military from intervening, and they are covering up for it. They have done so by validating the radical Islamic excuse of Islamophobia, an attempt to sympathy and leniency for these attacks. The Pentagon, the White House, all involved, and it continues today. That is exactly what happened. Really riveting testimony. The 3 key points from the whistleblowers came out today. The featured witness was Gregory Hicks. He is the deputy chief of the mission in Libya at the time of the attack. Then you have Mark Thompson. He is the acting deputy assistant secretary for counterterrorism at the State Department. These are not small potatoes. Then you have Eric Nordstrom. He is the former regional security officer in Libya. They testified to a few key points here. 1, Hillary Clinton was on the phone with Hicks on the night of the attack. 2, the night of Benghazi attack, the terror group Ansar al-Sharia claimed responsibility. 3, the person that could get security waivers from to say stand down, the only person to do it is Secretary Clinton. Watch this.
My understanding that since we were the sole occupants of both of those facilities, Benghazi and Tripoli, the only person who could grant waivers or exceptions to those was the Secretary of State.
Got it. Everyone knew that it was a terrorist attack as well.
So fast forward, Mr. Hicks, to the Sunday talk shows and Ambassador Susan Rice. She blamed this attack on a video. In fact, she did it 5 different times. What was your reaction to that?
I was stunned. My jaw dropped, and I was embarrassed.
Now, I want to do an A-B comparison of the administration's response to what we heard today. First, here's Hillary Clinton.
Again, we were misled that there was supposedly protests and then something sprang out of that, an assault sprang out of that. And that was easily ascertained that that was not the fact. And the American people could have known that within days, and they didn't know that.
With all due respect, the fact is we had 4 dead Americans. Was it because of a protest, or was it because of guys out for a walk one night who decided they'd go kill some Americans? What difference at this point does it make? It is our job to figure out what happened and do everything we can to prevent it from ever happening again, Senator.
What a great acting job. But here's somebody who actually means what they say and wasn't rehearsed. Security Officer Nordstrom.
Specifically, the committee's labors to uncover what happened prior, during, and after the attack matter. It matters to me personally, and it matters to my colleagues, to my colleagues at the Department of State. It matters to the American public for whom we serve. And most importantly, excuse me, it matters to the friends and family of Ambassador Stevens, Sean Smith, Glenn Doherty, and Tyrone Woods, who were murdered on September 11th, 2012.
Which one do you believe? America, which one do you believe? Now, here's the next comparison. Last week, the White House said no one was blocked from talking to congressional investigators. No one.
We are unaware of any agency blocking an employee who would like to appear before Congress to provide information related to Benghazi. But again, with regards to these stories, to our knowledge, we're not aware of any agency that has blocked an employee who would like to appear before Congress.
Got it? Now, here's Hicks saying he was instructed not to talk to Congressman Chaffetz.
I was instructed not to allow the RSO, the acting deputy chief of mission, and myself to be personally interviewed by Congressman Chaffetz.
So the people at State told you don't talk to the guy who's coming to investigate?
Yes, sir.
Which one do you believe, America? And will it matter? Because here's how the media reported on it in Twitter. This comes from the Washington Post. Watch this. Washington Post. Who's tweeting about Benghazi? Rich, middle-aged men and Chick-fil-A lovers attacking Christians who might be concerned. Christians, really? And white people, the only ones? Why people aren't boycotting the Washington Post over Chick-fil-A is beyond me. You want to talk about extremism? It's the Washington Post. You will not get the truth from the mainstream media. The New York Times has already brushed off today's hearings, in the middle of today's hearings, as old news, saying it's just going to raise questions that have already been addressed. If you want the truth, you will not get it from the mainstream media. The Blaze has continuous nonstop coverage on Benghazi and the testimony. While that testimony was going on, this is what the other networks were covering. The verdict has been announced in the Jodi Arias verdict. I don't even know what she did, really. I don't think that's going to affect my life, but Benghazi affects not only my life, but the entire country's life and the lives of our children.